What's up, guys? Robbie Ray's here, coming at you with another analysis and predictions video based off of the skill trees of these characters. I actually just unlocked this guy a second before I started recording this video, and I'm so glad I did. I was looking forward to this character so much, just because when Mass Effect 3 multiplayer came out, the Salarian Infiltrator was literally like the best guy. I mean, everybody was playing this guy. It was between this guy and the Asari basically. And they haven't changed him much, so he still looks like he's going to be ridiculous in this game. Um, and the Salarian Infiltrator, he was good when the game came out, but he was still really good all the way till the end of that multiplayer. He was just really good, just a really solid power setup. You have super high damage with Tactical Cloak, and you have shield stripping / get your health shields back with energy drain. And the old guy used to have proximate. This guy has the sticky grenades. This is going to be ridiculous, guys. This is going to be a really, really good character. I'll probably do most of the weapon tests / weapon reviews using this guy because he's just got it all. All right, so let's see what we got here now. I don't know why sticky grenades first. We're going to start looking at Tactical Cloak first. Now, it does seem to be the same as Mass Effect 3, where if you stop the cloak, the sooner you stop the cloak, the faster the recharge of the cloak is. So you're going to want to cloak and get your power off or shoot immediately, as fast as possible. You don't want to stay in cloak, or you're going to have to wait a really long time for this cloak to recharge. So, and look at the recharge time, 15 seconds. You do not want to be waiting for that whole 15 seconds. But at base, we're getting 50% gun damage, 50% power damage bonus. Let me just say at the outset, Infiltrators are almost always the best in Mass Effect games. They're just ridiculously good. And this game is no different, I don't think, just looking at these numbers. So, Tactical Cloak, I've always preferred Vanguard, though. That's always been my thing. But I would not, definitely not argue that Infiltrators have had it good. Mass Effect 3, they were really, really good. Okay, so yeah. I would probably pick this gun damage, power damage, melee damage, just because there's no other damage buffs in here for cloaks. This is it. If you want to get the full 100% power damage and 90% to your weapon, you got to get this here. So it's hard to skip this. It's makes your mouth water looking at these numbers. And then seeing this 30% recharge speed, that is good too, because this is a long recharge. But as long as you're not staying in cloak for too long, it shouldn't be a problem. Now, back to what we were talking about. You don't want to stay in the cloak long, so why the hell would you want duration? You're going to make the recharge longer. I would pick movement speed if you're going to max out this. I feel like when you feel like you need to sneeze, then you don't sneeze. It's the worst. Cloak duration after attack. This is definitely way better, guys. I mean, this is nice to just be. Fuck, I feel like sneezing, but I can't. Cloak no longer prevents health and shield regeneration. That is good. It'll increase your survivability for sure, but to be honest, and that would be excellent for devices and that kind of thing. But I think it's more used to the team if you're able to kill shit fast. This is going to give you a 2-second cloak duration after initial attack. So basically, guys, if you have a weapon of choice that you can get a good amount of damage after your initial shot, from the minute you break cloak, if you think in that 2 seconds you're going to be able to get off a good amount of damage with the gun you've chosen, or maybe you want to follow it up with some powers, Incinerator, the grenade, or whatever, this is good. And it's almost not even up for debate, because if you want to cloak and shoot and throw a grenade and do an energy drain, or that kind of thing, then you kind of want this, right? Because then you can get all your juicy attacks in within the damage window of Tactical Cloak. So this is looking really good. The only time that this may not be too good is if you're like a guy that sits back with the Widow. That gun is taking so fucking long to reload. So by the time I reload my gun, I will already have lost this 2-second little buff I get. See what I'm saying? I'll cloak, shoot somebody with the Widow. I'm reloading the gun. It takes goddamn forever to reload that gun. It feels like in general this game, the guns take a long time to reload. By the time I'm done reloading, I've lost the benefit of this buff. You see what I'm saying? So you're not going to be able to get 2 shots off, I don't think. That does suck. But yeah, as far as powers and picking a weapon you can reload fast, this would be phenomenal. Okay, so now we'll look at energy drain, the next bread and butter power. You're going to want to spam this, guys. If you're going to get this 2-second thing, I highly recommend it. You're going to cloak, energy drain, shoot. Same exact setup as the Infiltrator from Mass Effect 3. The Salarian Infiltrator. Cloak, step 1, cloak. Step 2, energy drain the target. Step 3, shoot them. The energy drain is going to stun them. It's going to give you their shield off and make your sniper just annihilate whatever's left. I mean, think of it, guys. You're stripping their shield. You're getting your shield back. And you're leaving them defenseless for a sniper shot. This guy's going to be insanely good. Just like he was in Mass Effect 3. So, an energy drain, I would probably pick... since you're using it from Tactical Cloak, recharge speed doesn't matter too much unless you want to use it outside Tactical Cloak, which you will in this game because you have to wait a long time for Tactical Cloak. Actually, the recharge time is 15 seconds, so that is long, guys. That is a long. The damage is not too good at base, but it's meant to drain shields. Damage and shield restored versus recharge speed. Honestly, I think I'd probably pick recharge speed. Maybe. It's up in the air, kind of see how the flow of him goes, but my point is basically that this is more of a stun power, and it's not even about, like, often in Mass Effect games, it's not even about, like, getting your whole shield back and being good to go, or, doing as much damage as possible with the power. Oftentimes, it's just about getting a little bit of your shield back as often as possible. And oftentimes the powers are not about doing a lot of damage with the power itself, but being able to set up a combo as fast as possible and as many times as possible. You see what I'm saying? So we'll have to see how the logic works out on this guy. Shields restored per second, shield restored duration versus impact radius. This impact radius is ginormous, 8 meters. And at base, it looks like it doesn't have any radius. So you go from having 0 radius to 8 meters. That's really good. And you get more shields per additional target. This gives you shields per second and shield restore duration. This is definitely the better option, guys. Hands down. 20% damage. Yeah, I go damage all the way on this, guys. Because we would have to skip the damage here to get that recharge. So we'll need some here. And as far as this is concerned, this is really good, guys. But oftentimes with an Infiltrator, you'll be sitting back or you'll be, doing your own thing as an Infiltrator because you can engage the enemies from a lot farther if you're using a sniper especially. So your allies won't even be around you, so they're not going to benefit from this that much. Make no mistake, this is really good, and this would be a total bro move. But it's up in the air. I have to see. Ally shields were 50%. That's a lot, and 8 meters is a big radius. And you also get 30% more your shield. But you know what? This is all going to depend on, basically, guys, is how much shields you're dropping when you use this power. If you're not dropping enough shields, then you're going to kind of want this. You know what I'm saying? If you're not dropping enough that your sniper can kind of one-hit them, then you'll want this. But if you can, then go for this. And that's going to be up to your gun in a lot of ways. So that's why I can't really make this decision for you. You have a good enough gun that you don't need to, your energy drain doesn't need to be buffed anymore, then, you're good. Offensive. Oh, we didn't even talk about stickies. So stickies, really good, obviously. Look at the damage. Base damage, 1,100, 4-meter radius. The frags in this game get 1,000 damage and a 5-meter radius. That's the difference between them at base. So we're talking damage. I'd definitely pick the radius up here. And if you have grenade capacity here, this DPS would be good. But if you don't, this might be good too, just to have more. And I'd definitely go for armor damage, guys, because you have energy drain. So it's a no-brainer. Sad news is I don't think grenades are used as detonators like they were in Mass Effect 3. So like if you were to energy drain then grenade, I don't think you'll get a tech burst, guys, because it doesn't say here anywhere explicitly. And I've tested it with some powers, and it doesn't seem to work. So yeah, that does kind of suck. But yeah, as far as so I'd go armor damage. Offensive tech, and we have to see, guys, this sticky grenade might be the power that has to bite the bullet here, because we don't really, well, actually, you know what, fitness is the one that's actually going to bite the bullet, more than likely, but let's take a look. Offensive tech, yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm going to boost this guy's weapon damage all the way. Power damage or all combo damage, all combo race, you're not going to be doing any combos, you can't, so unless your teammates are detonating, that's not guaranteed, so I'd probably pick this, power damage. Effect durations, we don't want cloak to last a long time, but if we can, that's nice. All combo damage, all combo radiuses. Because remember, you're not going to be... This is a... you know what? If you were using like elemental ammo and using this as your detonator power, then this might make sense for you. But even then, I don't know, guys. I mean, it's like... Because then that would mean that you're shooting and then energy draining, which just doesn't make sense. It just still makes sense to energy drain, then shoot. You know what I mean? You'd have to prime them with your ammo, with your gun, before you energy drain if you wanted to pick up this. And it just doesn't really make sense to me. Power damage bonus to shields, power damage bonus to armor. I'd probably go shields here because your gun's really going to be your armor killer. Energy drain's going to be your shield killer, and you have the nades to back up against armor. Basically, like I'm saying, your gun is going to be your armor killer. This is nice. Actually, this really depends, guys. Again, this depends once we get this guy out. We start testing him with the high-level energy drain. How much shields are we dropping? Is it enough or is it not enough? Because if it's not enough for your gun to one hit after energy draining, then this looks more appealing. But if not, then this does. I mean, if it is, then this does. Weapon damage, 30%. Holy shit. Using a power briefly increases weapon damage by 30% for 5 seconds. Hella good, guys. That means forget tactical cloak's duration. You'll still get the damage boost. This one for 5 seconds. Weight capacity, weapon. I'd pick this all the way, guys. This is way too... My mouth is watering looking at this evolution. Support systems. Okay, so here's where I'm saying fitness might have to bite the bullet, guys. Because we do have energy drain to get our shield back. And we do have tactical cloak for survivability combined with energy drain. So fitness may have to bite the bullet just to get as much damage out of this guy as possible. 30% to all power effect durations, melee damage. This is a useless section right here. This isn't going to help you at all. Unless, like, you went for this maybe on energy drain. So you're getting more shields per second, then this might help you out. But remember, we don't really care if cloak lasts long. We're trying to get it off as fast as possible so we can use it again later. Power damage bonus to shield, power damage bonus to armor. Again, really depends on the testing and the weapon that you're using. Weapon damage bonus duration. Using power briefly increases. He gets it again. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. My bad, guys. Melee damage. Percent of all power reasons. We're looking here. Shields and health, movement speed versus damage resistance during revive. Interesting choice. Huh. Damage resistance after revive. This is going to help because this is kind of this guy's job, to be honest, to cloak and go and get the guy up. And he has energy drain, so he can be tanky while he's doing it. Or this. I don't know. Are you selfish or are you not selfish, basically, is this decision. Once every 10 seconds, using a tech power causes shields to restore, recharge immediately rather than after the standard delay. Wow. Is tactical cloak a tech power? Because once every 10 seconds, using a tech power causes shields to recharge immediately after rather than standard delay. Hitting enemies with powers cause them to deal less damage. So both options to help you stay alive, but This is kind of stupid though, guys, because the power you're using the most is energy drain, so you're gonna get your shield back anyways. And this is also kind of stupid because, you know, I mean, this isn't stupid, but it's just not. This one is definitely stupid because you have energy drain on this guy. Damage debuff duration. I just don't know if this is worth it. Both these aren't looking very worth it to me for 6 points. So that's my initial thoughts looking at this, guys, and I can still tell you this is going to be one of the most ridiculous characters you get, and it's going to be one of the early characters you get. You can just get it from a basic pack here. Not a basic pack, but you get him in. You can get him in a basic pack, but an advanced pack is where you're kind of more guaranteed to get him. My point is he's not like a gold or an N7. He's just a silver character, and he's damn good just looking at his setup. So that's my first impressions. I think he's going to absolutely slay. Can't wait to get him. Can't wait to get a good sniper on him and just really test him out. It seems very reminiscent of the Mass Effect 3 setup. So if you were good at that, you'll be good at this. But those are my tips, guys, on just looking at this and my experience with Mass Effect. So yeah, let me know if I missed anything. Let me know if you've played with them. You know something I don't know about this. So, let me know and we'll come up with an awesome build together. Be sure to rate, like, comment, subscribe if you did enjoy this, and I will have a level 20 gameplay and build, final gold build coming up for this guy as soon as he's level 20. Have a great day, guys.